Well, alrighty then. Alrighty. I am going to do a trick for y'all. But first, I'm going to dedicate this trick to one of my buddies out there in Seattle, Elefante. He is a Russian hypnotist, and he took me on a trip to see space Jesus and to visit some individuals who blessed me along my way. Natasha and I believe Jason is his name. They're from Portland. Very fucking cool people. Excuse me, freaking cool people. I'm gonna try not to curse as much on these videos. Um, well, and not only that, but Elefante's driver. Thank you very much. It was something straight out of Nitro Circuit. Like literally, we peeled out and did 180s on the highway to get onto the highway, and with the e-brake and everything, it was pretty freaking sweet. Well, anyway, so Elefante, elephants never forget. And you're never gonna forget this. All right. So now, for everyone to play along and to get this trick, what you're gonna need is a pen and a pad of paper. Whew. Excuse me, they're taking my breath away. And something else you're gonna need is common knowledge. You're gonna need to know how to add, subtract, and multiply. And if you would like this trick to go over well, you would need to know common knowledge of the European countries, such as Denmark, Poland, France, Germany, all these countries. Alrighty. So go ahead. Go everyone, go get a pen and pad. Go ahead, pause the video if you need to. Go get something to write with. And everybody let me know when you're ready. And don't show anyone what you're writing down. Everyone keep everything to yourself if you're in a room of people. Okay? All right. Are you ready? Here we go. Now, I want you to take any number 1 through 9. Then I want you to times it by the number 9. And don't tell anyone what your number is. Times it by the number 9. Then write that down. Then mark it right on your paper. Okay? Did everybody mark it on their paper? All right. I'll wait for one or two other people. They might be slow at math. All right, now I want you to take that number. I want you to add the two numbers together that make that number. And then I would like you to subtract 5. Subtract the number 5 from the sum of the two numbers that you got from multiplying the two factors to get a product. For all you math gurus, that should have been really easy for you. Basically, just add the two numbers together and then subtract 5. I'll wait for everybody to catch up. All right. Has everybody got their numbers down? Everybody, after you get your answer, then mark that down on the paper. You got it? Everybody marked it down? All right. Now, I want everybody, don't show anybody your number. I want everybody to take the letter that coincides with that number, then mark it on the paper. And what I'm saying is, if you have the number 1, then mark the letter A. If you have number 2, then mark the letter B. If you have number 3, then mark the letter C. If you have number 4, then mark the letter D, and so on, and so on, and so on. Don't let anybody know what your number is. Now, once you get your number, then mark it down. Then get your letter, then mark it down right next to it. Okay? Everybody got it? Are you ready? Now, I want you to think of a name of any European country that coincides with this letter. It has to start with this letter. Okay? Everybody write it down. No one show anyone their country. Whatever letter you have, write it down. You got it? Everybody got the country? Everybody got their country that coincides with the letter and the number? Okay? Yes. For all you mental gurus out there, it is subliminally suggesting subliminal communication. Correct? All right. Now, I want everybody, that's a subliminal joke for all of y'all who understand it. Well, anyway, now, what I want you to do is, I want you to take the second letter in your country. The second letter, go to the second letter. My number's 2 and 7s. So I like number 2. We'll go with number 2. Okay? I want you to take the second letter and write it down on a piece of paper. Okay? Write that second letter down on a piece of paper. Don't let anyone see it. Did everybody get that letter written down? All right, now I would like you to take that letter and I would like you to think of an animal. Perhaps a mammal. A mammal, you know? Sometimes, I don't know, man. Don't be dumb now. Says Dumbo. But I bet you what? That animal that you wrote down, I bet you it will help you. Never forget this mentalist trick that we just did. Now everybody show each other what animal they wrote down. There you go. It's a well-known trick. I hope you like it. I just thought I'd share it with you. All right. So now in the next video is a little bit lengthier. It's like 15 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna get here. Yeah, you'll never forget that one, huh? That one's for you, Elefante. Thanks for chaperoning me on my hypnosis trip to Portland. I appreciate it. You and your homie are cool as fuck. Thanks for taking me to the queue. Thank you for partying with me. And so, picture in a picture. Cell phone in a picture. That's for you, Elefante. I'll post that video later on. Me and Elefante got some funny videos. Maybe I'll post it at the end of this one. I don't know. We'll see. But so this next video is a torture log from Northampton County. There's coughing, tormenting. There's controlling my cooking and nausea. Examples of them controlling my eating. It teaches some things about children and through psychology. Let's see. I'm just proving that I'm buying like a whole bunch of food and shit. And that I'm trying to maintain a healthy diet, and they're not letting me maintain a healthy diet. And it explains some techniques that the network uses to prioritize speech within the network on a telepathic network. All sorts of stuff. I'm just going to leave you with that, and you guys can watch the video and enjoy it. All right, I'm down here getting ready to eat some breakfast, and the tormentors are tormenting me. The second I had the idea of eating food, you can see how they don't like me to talk when I do that. So I went to the grocery store, and they don't like me to eat food, so I try to buy food that's real quick, so I could like stick it in the microwave, or I could stick it in a toaster oven and forget about it, and then come back and eat it. Because if I sit there and try to cook my own food, what they do is they use that time period to torment me, and they also use that time period to induce nausea, make me feel like I want to throw up. Listen, why do I have an appetite built up before I come downstairs and I'm extremely hungry? Extremely hungry. And there's no reason why I shouldn't be hungry, because I am trying to eat 3 meals a day, and every single time I go to eat 3 meals a day, someone sends me a synthetic frequency
that induces nausea, like right here, right in like right underneath my sternum in my belly right here, and then also down here in this part. And they can induce bubbles or like gastral stuff in your intestines and everything, and they have the ability to move it like back and forth, like literally, like when you're a child and you have your anal retentive period as a child, and when you learn how to poop as a child. This is a real thing. I learned it in psychology. But well, these people, it's like they're children and they learned how to do this technique, and now they just don't want to stop. They just keep fucking with my fucking intestines and my vitals, and they fill me up with gas, and then they make me fart every day. They make me burp, and it's not any of the food I'm eating or drinking. I'm drinking and eating water and pasta. How the fuck is that fucking gonna make me do that? Well, anyway, I wanted to show you. I I bought. Look, I bought my freezer's packed. There's no way I should be hungry or be skinny this week. I got food all over. I got a breakfast sandwich for every day. There's no reason I shouldn't eat a breakfast. I got eggs in the fridge in case I need to eat breakfast. Fucking, I got meals for lunch and dinner every day, and I could take food with me to work. Now, there's no reason why I shouldn't eat 3 meals a fucking day here. Now, I come down and my stomach immediately gets nauseous as I'm going to stick this into the microwave. So, I'm going to continue to take notes on this, and I'm not going to stop. See, these are the little things that fit right into my life that no one can detect or no one can tell it's happening. But these synthetic tormentors sit here and they do it all damn day. And they just poke at me all day. And it's like, how would you like to be poked like this all day? But no one knows you're being poked. And then when you flip out, it's not your fault. I believe it's Dennis Gordon. I believe possibly my probation officer might know a thing or two about it. I know for a fact it's Dennis Gordon. He openly admitted that he was seeing a shaman, and he almost has his internal dialogue turned back on, as in saying he almost has his internal dialogue connected to the walkie-talkies. Basically, you throw your mind on this system for a couple days or a couple months, and it maps the positions of your mind, and it knows exactly where every control section of your mind is. It just maps the locations of where you think. And now all of a sudden, after you're on this system for a while, it can build an interpreter based off an algorithm that reads your vitals in connection with your internal dialogue, and it just synchronizes everything. And then what it does is it builds a system where it tunes into your internal dialogue, and it connects your internal dialogue to a system, which then it has like a conference type of channeling system, kind of like Zoom meetings, only when you speak, you're heard, or you're the video up top that's speaking. Well, that's what happens when you're the one thinking or trying to project out to the people in the circle. Then it automatically makes you priority and lets you channel or talk to them. And when they talk back, it turns off your dialogue in the circle, not in your mind, but in the circle. And then they send you shit. It's just like a two-way walkie-talkie, but they've been using it to torture me and torment me. Yeah. When I came to this town, I knew about it, and I had started working for Dennis, and I started telling him about it. And I think Dennis already knew about it, and Dennis Gordon, I think he already knew about it. He walked me around a couple friends who said they were experiencing symptoms, and they openly and verbally said they experienced symptoms as well. My neighbor next door said he was experiencing a lot of symptoms when I lived on Second Street in Bangor. His name was Shane. He works for a company called Shane Gray. But yeah, he's like a handyman. But I feel like they keep him on back pain medication because they keep fucking with him. I've also seen people in the neighborhood of Bangor that they're like younger, like young adults, like out of high school, but they're like in their late teens and early 20s. I've seen them come out of a known house where they're users and abusers, and every time someone leaves that house, I've noticed when you're you've been when you've been on a network with these synthetic frequencies for over 2 years, you can notice when other people are being controlled by them. You feel them and you see the frequencies. It's like an extra sense. It's like having an extra sense. And I watch them as these kids leave this house from, I believe it's a house on Broadway. I could point it out to you, but I haven't looked it up on a map or nothing. But so these kids leave this house, and I watch them get fucking running around like zombies, and they're like, "Rah, rah," but someone's controlling them, and they're banging in the fucking cars on the street as they walk down the street, and they're screaming out loud like zombies. This is not normal behavior. I've watched it happen. The same frequencies that were in Officer Gentelli in the back of the same person who was using the same type of frequencies that was channeling through Officer Gentelli in the back of my courtroom was also the same person, or it's the same type of frequencies. I don't know if it's the same person. It's the same type of frequencies that being used on the individuals that were leaving that household. So these kids that are leaving that household, so what are they doing? They're torturing kids that are on drugs in the neighborhood or something? What are they doing? Why don't they just go in there and say, hey, do you need some help? Why do they go behind their back and torture them and run them around town with machines that were, commonly used on stage for magicians to do mind reading tricks, or used with psychics when you come in their office and they give you you know, they give you a script, like a fake script that's a synchronistic script that fits everyone's lifestyle, and then they just read your body language as they do it, and it seems like they're reading your mind, but they're not. But I know all those tactics. I know all those techniques. So when they come in here and like they do all this stuff to me, I've researched this stuff. I've learned this stuff firsthand with groups of people that are experienced in these fields. I've lived with mentalists before. I lived with magicians before. I've lived with full alchemists. I've lived with them in close quarters. So this shit is like, you guys are playing a kiddie game here in Bangor, and you're going to get caught up. And that's it. I'm telling you right now, Northampton County and Bangor, you guys are playing a kiddie game. I came in here for 2 years, experienced, I witnessed everything. I acted like a victim. I let you run over me. And now I'm going to take all the evidence that I collected. I'm going to give it to my lawyer, and I'm going to file suit against everyone in Northampton County and everyone along the bunny trail who came all the way to me. Yup, Dennis Gordon. He's a crooked HI technician working with probation officers to entrap and put individuals in jail. He's been communicating with my probation officer behind my back since the beginning. When I asked my probation officer about it, my probation officer, he was drawn back and he didn't know how to answer it, and he didn't answer it. He refused to answer. He said, am I not allowed to communicate with anyone I want? And I said, well, why? You're not allowed to release my information to anyone you want. This is my personal information. I said, why are you communicating? How did you initially make contact with Dennis Gordon? And he wouldn't answer my question. So they're sitting there doing this shit behind my back, and they're simulating symptoms, and they're trying to get away with just putting me in jail. They don't like that I came through here and I know everything. I don't know everything about their county, but I sat here and witnessed, and I watched them do what they do. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I got all the proof. I'm putting it on paper, and I'm going to have my fucking I'm going to have my fucking lawyer serve you guys the papers because the proof can be proven. So, even if I can't prove that you guys were using some fucked up machines on me, guess what? I can still prove that you guys did what you did and you fucking entrapped me. So there you go. Now I'm going to try to go back and eat my breakfast. My stomach seems to have got better since I complained or intelligently communicated my situation on this screen here. But now I'm going to go try to go back and eat because you know what? Every morning I try to eat. And every morning they don't let me eat. I'm getting skinnier and skinnier and unhealthier and unhealthier. And it's getting ridiculous. If I could sit here and talk to the camera every fucking morning and complain about this shit, then what does that tell you guys? That tells you that I understand what's going on. I see what's going on. And they're using these frequencies to put me in paralysis states, to put me in tormenting states, to put me in torturing states. I watch them do it to other people in my environment as well. So I watch it all day long. They think it's like a big joke. The dude Bubba Pollock that I met over, he lives at 500 Highway 94, right across the border here in New Jersey. I met his son through Dennis Gordon. His son was being watched by Jersey police or by Jersey detectives, so I'm sure Dennis was helping investigate, fucking be it without any of us knowing. Well, when I went over there to hang out with him because I didn't have any friends. I only was friends with Dennis or my family, and they wouldn't let me have any friends. Every time I tried to have a friend, they would fucking get everyone away from me and make them mad at me. Well, when I went over there, fucking they hypnotized me on fucking Bubba Pollock's couch and had someone was teaching Bubba Pollock how to do things in hypnosis through me. I remember them teaching Bubba Pollock through me. They're literally channeling through me and teaching him how to be a better hypnotist and how to use these machines better. And then they hypnotized me to buy a van off him that doesn't run and sits in his driveway that has no battery. So I gave him $800 for a van that I can't even drive, that I didn't even have a license for. So, and then on top of that, they tried to when I was over there, I don't know if Dennis did this, I don't know if fucking Bubba Pollock did this, but whoever was channeling through me tried to have me put money into a PayPal account and tried to have me buy drugs off of people on the West Coast that I knew. And whoever was hypnotizing me hypnotized me to put the money in the wrong bank account. I sent the money to the same name of my buddy's girlfriend, but guess what? It was the same name of a girl who lives over in fucking what's it called? It's the same name of a female that lives over in fucking Europe. So the money got flagged and it got frozen, and the money's been frozen in a PayPal account as proof that they hypnotized me on the fucking couch over there at Bubba Pollock's house trying to send drugs out. And when I say drugs, I'm just talking like what's it call it? Oil, THC oil. Yeah. And if any of you cops have a problem with this, I'll tell you every single one of your drug dealers in your town, you fucking niggers.